Caesar is here. Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie War for the Planet of the Apes. Yes, war this time. It's war. Yes, War for the Planet of the Apes stars Andy Serkis, Woody Harrelson, Steve Zahn, and Judy Greer. And once again, this movie is written and directed by Matt Reeves, who gave us the last Planet of the Apes movie, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Yes. Before we get into this review, I just gotta say that this rebooted franchise of the Planet of the Apes, it astounds me. In 2011, when Rise of the Planet of the Apes came out, I never thought in hell that would be a good movie. Like, I always liked the original Planet of the Apes, and I did like Escape from the Planet of the Apes, but that's it. None of the Planet of the Apes movies really, grabbed me other than those movies, and the Tim Burton movie was an absolute piece of shit. So, and when they rebooted them and made the apes like CGI, I thought that looked like a stupid idea. It just didn't look like a good movie, but when I saw it in 2011 in theaters, it blew me away, and I absolutely loved the film. And then when the sequel came out years later, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, it was even better. And just like, it turned into this really awesome franchise that I never thought would be this damn good. And now we're in the third installment, the epic conclusion to the trilogy, this new rebooted Planet of the Apes trilogy, and I have to say, War for the Planet of the Apes is even better than Rise and even better than Dawn. And Dawn was a phenomenal film. This is the best Planet of the Apes movie of this trilogy, and I even have to say this is the best Planet of the Apes movie I have ever seen in my entire life. I've always loved the 1968 Charlton Heston movie. That is such a great film, but this movie, it floored me. I loved this movie. The story of this movie is, honestly, it's not what the trailers are telling you. It's not this big, epic action war movie. This movie is actually a very dramatic, very atmospheric, very subtle film. And it's so well crafted, so well directed. It's basically about this colonel, played by Woody Harrelson. He's waging war against Caesar because the humans are becoming an extinct species. And basically the apes are taking over. And he doesn't want that. He doesn't want the humans to go away. And basically he thinks he needs to take out the apes to save the human race. And then, that creates a lot of conflict and stuff. And that's all I'm really going to spoil, because this is like a 2.5-hour film. And again, the trailers don't show you everything. The trailers only show you the action scenes, which there isn't a lot of. This is a dramatic film, so yeah. I don't want to spoil anything that they talk about in this movie. I don't want to spoil what happens in this movie, a lot of the bad things and the good things that happen in this movie. There's a lot of heavy things in this movie, a lot of emotional things in this film, and again, I will never dare spoil it. Just go out and see this movie, pay whatever money you have to, see it in 3D, IMAX, 2D, whatever. Go out and see this movie. This movie is absolutely solid from start to finish. It is the best Planet of the Apes movie I have seen, and hands down one of the best films of the entire year. I absolutely love this film. The special effects are amazing. They're riveting. They're brilliant. Again, they're going to win Best Visual Effects. The effects are even better, and they get better and better as each film goes. And again, the apes look fantastic. I love that they're even more of the focus in this movie. Yes, they didn't have as much focus in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but they had a lot of focus in Dawn. They have even more focus in this movie. There's a lot of very quiet moments, because most of this movie is like apes communicating with each other through sign language and other different forms of communication, which are very quiet moments, and it's really well done and very moving, very powerful, very subtle. And again, there's a lot of politics in this movie, and a lot of it's war, but not like through fighting. It's through like words and stuff, and, planning and everything. There's a lot of different layers to this movie, and it's done really well. The writing for this movie is so strong, and again, Matt Reeves' direction is just spot on. Andy Serkis' performance is also amazing. He just does an amazing job as the role of Caesar. This character, you just love Caesar. You just want Caesar to be your leader. Like, who wouldn't follow Caesar? Caesar is just like a perfect leader. I love Caesar. And again, Andy Serkis' performance is amazing. It's almost Oscar-worthy. He is that good in this movie. There's even a new ape in this movie called Bad Ape. He's played by Steve Zahn. I thought he would be a very annoying character, but he actually ended up being a pretty funny and pretty enjoyable character. And I thought Steve Zahn did a very good job. Also, Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson is so damn good in this movie. He does come off a little unstable and pretty crazy in this movie, but you do see his point of view. You do understand his character. He's not just like this bad character who kills things because he's an asshole, but you understand his character. You understand why he's angry. You understand why he wants to do what he needs to do. You understand his character. And that's thanks, again, to good writing and also a solid performance by Woody Harrelson. And again, the performances by everyone who acts as the apes and the humans, all the performances are really strong. The direction is solid. The visuals are fantastic. And when there is action scenes, they are done really well. They're really gritty. They're really intense. You're on the edge of your seat from the moment this movie begins. And again, in the conclusion to this movie, it pays off really well. There's not a single disappointment about this movie. Like, everything that you wanted from this movie, I think you will get. Just don't go in expecting, like, this big action movie. It is a dramatic film with some action scenes in it. The action that is in it is really good, but this is a very deep and meaningful, dramatic film, and that's what makes it all the more great and all the more powerful and all the more compelling. All the dramatic scenes, which is most of the film, is where the movie, that's the heart of the movie, and it's done so well. It's done with so much care, and done with so much delight, and just done with so much creativity, and I absolutely adore this movie. Everything about this movie was great. I was, like, laughing in some moments, I was almost crying in some moments, I was, like, pumped up in a lot of moments. Like, this movie, it really ties with your emotions, and it's just done so well. Everything about this movie is done fantastic. The score is also really good. The editing is really sharp. The sound is really well done. Everything about this movie is done amazingly. I didn't have a single problem with War for the Planet of the Apes, and again, this movie's fantastic. This trilogy is just a fantastic trilogy. Just like Captain America, the movie just got better and better, and this movie just ended the trilogy with a complete bang. And yeah, I highly recommend this movie. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm of course giving War for the Planet of the Apes a 10 out of 10. This is one of the best movies of the entire year. It is so good. So yeah, that was my review for the movie War for the Planet of the Apes. So in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite Planet of the Apes movie? Out of every single one of them, I think there's like 9 or 10 of them, what is your favorite? This is actually my favorite. This is my favorite. I always thought like the Charlton Heston one and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, they were always like my favorites. But this is my favorite. This movie is solid from start to finish. It's so amazing. But yeah, what is your favorite Planet of the Apes movie? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.